And we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Friday Night Live. This is Ying Harlan coming to you live from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I'm a retired corporate professional and I am thriving in this digital business. Tonight, we have a wonderful group of ladies with us, and tonight, our conversation is about something I think many of us can relate to. Who are you becoming in this season of your life? Sometimes we become so identified with our roles, being a mom, building a career, caring for others, or preparing for retirement, that we forget to ask ourselves, what about me? What else do I want to learn, experience, or become? So, tonight we'll hear from four women in different seasons of life. They have different backgrounds and different experiences, but one thing connects all of them. They are still learning, growing, and stepping outside their comfort zone. So, let's bring them up to the stage. We have Sis Imelda. Hello, Sis Imelda. We have Sis Azon. Hello.
Love the
Sis
intro.
Mavic.
Hello.
And Sis Bernadette. Hello, hello, welcome,
Hello,
ladies.
hello.
Did you like my intro?
I
I
love
love
Yes,
it.
it.
Yes, napasayaw ako ng
That's so
customized
great.
siya for
yes.
FNL talaga.
Yes, yes. Welcome, ladies. So, please introduce just give our viewers a brief description of yourselves. Starts from Imelda, Corazon, Mavic, and Sis Bernadette. Go ahead, please.
All right, thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Imelda, originally from Solana, Cagayan Valley, Philippines, and now living here in Alberta, Canada. Like many other people there, like you guys, ladies, I wear different hats. I am a mom, I'm a wife, a healthcare employee, a community volunteer, a believer, and a digital business owner. I love going live with you, ladies. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Hello.
Hi there. My name is Azon. Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're tuning from. So I'm Azon, originally from the Philippines, Luna La Union. So I am Ilocano by heart and by mind. I was a teacher for 20 years and now working for the largest school division here in Edmonton, Alberta for the last 12 years or 13 years. So tonight we will be talking again about or inspiring you guys again. So stay with us, and if this happens to or you see this in your wall or in your feed, just tune in and see what our stories are. Back to you, host
All right,
or
thank
Sis
you,
Mavic.
sis. All right, let's go, Sis Mavic.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to wherever you are tuning in from. My name is Mavic. I'm originally from the Philippines, from Pangasinan. So, kumusta kayo na Aminitan? I am currently living here in the beautiful Alberta, Canada. I am a wife, a mom, a grandma, and a proud digital business owner. And thank you for tuning with us for tonight. I hope that we will inspire you with our inspiring, amazing, life-changing stories. So, stay tuned. Thank you. Back to your host.
Hello, Sis Bernadette.
Hello, hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're tuning from. I am Bernadette, originally from Baguio City, Philippines, and now living here in Canada as an early childhood educator, a proud digital business owner, and a child of God. Back to you, sis.
All right, thank you, everyone. So we're not gonna take too much of everyone's time. So let's dive right in. So we're gonna start with Sis Azan. So let's put this Sis Azan on the stage. All right, so Sis Azan, a corporate career can give us stability, a regular income, routine, and a sense of security. But even when life feels comfortable, sometimes there's still that little voice saying, maybe there's something more that I can do. So, Sis Asan, when you already have the security and routine of a corporate career, what gives you the courage to still explore opportunities outside your comfort zone?
Okay, thank you, Sissy. So for me, having the job I have right now provides me stability, and I'm grateful for that. But I also realize that stability doesn't always mean security. Jobs can change, companies can change, and life can change. So I was afraid, I was hopeful also. It was a mixed emotion. I was getting we're getting close to retirement, and we started to think of what will happen after retiring. So the courage to step out of my comfort zone came from thinking about my future and my family's future. I didn't want to depend on just one source of income or limit myself to one path. I wanted to grow, to learn new skills like what we're doing right now, and create more options for myself. I wanted to enjoy the life I have and to create memories with my family. It was very uncomfortable at first, but I reminded myself that growth happens outside of what's familiar, right? Sometimes the biggest risk is staying in the same place because we are comfortable. But taking the first step wasn't about leaving my career. It was about expanding my opportunities while keeping the career I value. Yes, I love my job, but I love also my family, and I want security in the future. So that is the most. And also learning something new is not too late for someone at my age. Back to you, host. Sisi, hindi ka naririnig.
Yeah, sorry about that. Okay. Thank you, Sister Son. One thing that really stands out is that growth and comfort rarely happen at the same time. So, having a stable career doesn't mean we have to stop exploring. We don't necessarily have to give up what we already have. Sometimes it simply means giving ourselves permission to learn something new, something different, and discover what else we're capable of. And courage doesn't always mean having no fear. So sometimes courage simply means I'm nervous, but I'm going to try anyway. Thank you for that, Sister Zan. So let's bring Sis Imelda to the stage. All right, Sis Imelda. Working in healthcare is such a caring profession. You spend so much of your time helping and caring for other people. And I think many women can relate to this. We become so busy taking care of everyone else that sometimes our own dreams gets pushed aside. So, sis, working in healthcare means constantly caring for and helping others. How do you make sure you're also making time for your own dreams, growth, and future?
All right, thank you. Before going to that, I just want to comment to your intro earlier. It's still ringing in my ears and wanting to dance. And then, anyway, thank you for that question, Ying. Every day I interact with different people, listen to their concerns, assist where I can, and try to make their experience or experiences a little easier and more comfortable. And I think that's one thing healthcare teaches us. You naturally become focused on helping others. Sometimes we get to used to putting other people first that we forget to ask ourselves. And I think many of us can relate to us, like what you said, not only not only those in healthcare, as a woman, as a mother, as a wife, as a caregiver, we sometimes become so busy taking care of everyone else that we forget to take care of ourselves. For a long time, I think I was like that too. But as I get older, especially now that I am 60, I've realized that my dreams shouldn't have any expiration date. I can still learn something new. I can still step outside my comfort zone, and I can still discover things about myself that I didn't have the time or courage to, explore before. And that's really what I am trying to do now. I still work in healthcare full time, and I still love helping people, but I'm also making space for my own growth and and my dreams. That's one reason I started learning about this digital world and building something outside of my regular work. And honestly, it wasn't easy in the beginning. Technology was not something I grew up with. And there were many moments when I thought, can I really do this? But I reminded myself, if I am willing to learn, I'm not too old to start something new. And I think that's the message I want to share tonight. We don't have to choose between caring for others and caring for ourselves. We can do both. We can love our families, do our jobs, serve other people, and still make time for the dreams we have quietly carried inside us. Because at the end of the day, we are not just our job title. We are not just someone's mother, someone's wife, someone's caregiver, or someone's employee. There is still a person inside all those roles who has dreams, goals, and a future to look forward to. And I believe that no matter what season of lives we are in, it's never too late to ask ourselves, what else is possible for me? That's for me. Thank you, host.
All right. Thank you, Sis Imelda. I think this is such an important reminder. We can become very good at taking care of everyone else, our patients, our families, our coworkers, and our friends. That sometimes we put ourselves last. But making time for our own growth doesn't mean we're taking something away from the people we love. When we continue learning, dreaming, and investing time in ourselves, we often have even more time to give to others. So the reminder here is simple. Take care of others, but don't forget to make room for yourselves and your future too. All right. Thank you very much for that. So let's bring in Sis Mavic. All right. So let me just pull up your question here. Mavic, right there. All right. So Sis Mavic. One second. um,
Ba't ka tumatawa?
You spent many years working as a lab scientist, and now you're in a completely different chapter, which is the retirement. So, after years of having schedules, responsibilities, and a professional identity, suddenly retirement can give us something we didn't have enough of before. So, after spending many years in your career and now being retired, what have you discovered about yourself, this new chapter that you never had to explore before? Take it away.
Thank you, Sis Ying. I'm glad you mentioned about that identity because I was thinking about that too. So, anyway, to answer your question, one of the biggest things I discovered about myself in retirement is that I still have so much more to learn, grow, and contribute. For many years, my career was a big part of my identity. I worked hard, took care of my responsibilities, and focused on my family and my career. And at that time, hindi ko talaga masyadong naiisip kung ano pa ba ang gusto kong gawin beyond my career and family responsibilities because I've already reached my goal to reach that level of my career. There wasn't always much time to stop and ask myself, what else could I do? What would I enjoy learning? I was learning my new project in research, and that's what I was so focused on. And what could this next chapter look like? Wala yung mga tanong sa akin noon. But when I retired, ang iniisip ko talaga was finally, I can slow down, travel, spend more time with my family, and just enjoy life. And I absolutely, absolutely treasure those things. But I also realized na hindi pa pala ako ready to stop growing. I realized that retirement doesn't mean retiring from your dreams. It can actually be a new season where you can finally have the time to explore the parts of yourself na dati mong hindi nabibigyan ng attention. For me, that meant stepping into this digital world as we are our online business and learning something completely outside my previous career. At first, honestly, medyo intimidating siya kasi sanay ako sa previous career ko and suddenly, here I am learning digital marketing, online marketing, personal growth, creating content, and showing up on social media. And I discovered something about myself too. I am actually more adaptable and capable of learning new things than I ever gave myself credit for. And here's the funny part. Who would have thought na ang isang private person na tao na kagaya ko, like, would eventually post a dance clip on TikTok? Thanks to you, Sis Yang. If you knew me before, you would probably say, ikaw, nagdadance video ka sa TikTok? Oh my gosh. So what happened to that scientist, dancing scientist na siya ngayon? So anyway, but that's one thing this new chapter has taught me. Sometimes you don't really know what you're capable of, until you give yourself permission to try something new. I also discovered that I really enjoy connecting with people, sharing what I'm learning, and encouraging others who may also be wondering, ano kaya ang next chapter ko? And I'm grateful that I have found this business with proven system that allowed me to learn at my own pace, grow personally, and develop skills that I have never imagined I would have at this stage of my life. Hindi naman kailangan na retired ka bago ka magsimula. Sometimes you just need to be willing to learn something new and step outside your comfort zone. So, if I have to sum it up, I would say retirement didn't make my world smaller. It gave me permission to explore a bigger part of who I am. And ngayon, I am really enjoying this chapter, spending time with my family, traveling, learning, and discovering that there's still so much more life to live and so much more that I can contribute. And for that, I am truly grateful. Thank you. Back to you, host.
All right. Thank you, Sis Mavic. What I really take from that is that retirement doesn't mean we stop growing. Just like me, I know that already. For many years, our careers gives us a schedule, responsibilities, and even part of our identity. Then retirement gives us the time and space to ask, what do I want now? Sometimes we discover talents, interests, and dreams that were always there, but we simply never had time enough to explore them. So retirement can be the ending of one chapter, but it can also be the beginning of a completely new one. Thank you so much, Sis Mabek. Now let's bring Sis Bernadette. All right. So, Sis Bernadette, and finally, I purposely saved this question for last because it really brings our whole conversation together. So, tonight we've talked about motherhood, careers, caring for others, retirement, and stepping outside our comfort zone. But sometimes we don't realize how much we've grown until we stop and compare ourselves to the person we used to be. So, Sis Bernadette, let me pull out your question here. All right there. What is something you're doing today that the old version of you would have been too afraid or hesitant to do? And what helped you become more confident? Take
Wow,
it
that
away.
wow, thank you, Susie. That's a powerful question for tonight. So here's my question too. So have you ever looked at yourself today and realized how wow the old me would have been too afraid to do this? That's how I feel about starting and building my digital business. Before I was hesitant. I questioned myself. I worried about what other people would say. And I wondered if I was capable of doing something outside of my comfort zone. But I learned that confidence doesn't always come before you start. It grows because you start. And sometimes the biggest breakthrough happens when you simply decide to believe in yourself and take that first step. So, I'm learning to step outside of my comfort zone. I think most of us does. Before, I was afraid of trying something new because I didn't want to fail, to fall, or make mistakes. But building my digital business taught me that learning is part of the journey. Every post, every conversation, every collaboration like these, and every new skills helped me become a little more confident. And I'm choosing to believe in myself. So this time, there were moments when I doubted whether I could really do this while balancing my career and responsibilities. But instead of focusing on what I couldn't do, I started focusing on what I could learn, improve, and become. My confidence grew because I kept showing up, even when I didn't feel completely ready. And, I'm taking action for the future I want. The old me might have waited for the perfect time. Today, I understand that a perfect time may never come because that's just a myth. So, my digital business has challenged me to think bigger, to create possibilities, learn new things, and build something that can complement the life I'm already living. So, if there's one thing this journey has taught me, it's this. You don't have to be fearless to start, just have to be willing to take the next step. The old version of me may have been hesitant, but the woman I'm becoming is learning to be brave, consistent, and willing to try. Sometimes confidence is not about knowing you can do it, it's about deciding to try it anyway. So back to you, sis.
All right. Thank you, Sis Bernadette. I think that shows us something very important. Confidence is built. We don't have to wait until we feel completely confident before we start. We start nervous. Sometimes our voice shakes. Sometimes we wonder, can I really do this? But every time we show up, every time we try, every time we do something that scares us a little, we prove something to ourselves. Eventually, we look back and realize, wow, the person I am today can do things that old me never imagined doing. All right, thank you. All right, ladies, we're gonna do something little fun tonight.
Hmm.
Just a fun questions for each one of you. Okay, so we're gonna start with Sis Mavic. I just want you to answer like one, no explanation, or so it's just a quick answer. Okay, so Sis
Okay.
Mavic, would you rather sing karaoke or dance in front of everyone?
Dance with everyone.
Yes. All right. Now, Sis Imelda, would you like to go shopping spree or spa day?
I want both.
You can't.
Spa.
All right. Sis Azan, cook,
Yes,
cook dinner
I
or
like
order
both.
takeout? Cook dinner or order takeout?
Cook dinner,
All
which I
right.
always do.
All right. Sis Bernadette, wake up early or stay up late?
Stay up late.
All right, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, everyone. And to everyone watching us tonight, thank you so much for watching. What a beautiful conversation we had tonight. We heard different perspectives from different ladies here, but there is one message connecting all of them. We are allowed to keep becoming.
Mhm.
Azon showed us that having security doesn't mean we have to stop exploring opportunities outside our comfort zone. Sis Imelda reminds us that while we're busy caring for others, we also need to make room for ourselves, our dreams, and our future. Sis Mavic reminds us that retirement can be a beautiful season of rediscovery and new possibilities. And Sis Bernadette showed us that confidence doesn't always come before we start, because confidence comes after we started. All right. Thank you, ladies. I would like you guys to promote your website to everyone, starting with Sis Bernadette, Azon, Mavic, and Sis Imelda.
All right,
Go ahead.
thanks, Sis Ying, for that. So again, if you want to have a change in your life, then do make a change. My business website is www.bernadettejourney.com.
All right. Thank you. Go ahead, Sis Azon.
Thank you again, Sis Ying. So again, don't be too comfortable receiving your guaranteed paycheck after every 2 weeks. Ensure or make sure to have extra income on the side, which is really very helpful. If you wanted to know more how to do this business, you can chat or message me or log into my website, www.corazonjularbal.com, or to any of the websites you have in front of you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Go ahead, Sis Mavic.
Thank you, Sis Yang. Hello, everyone, again to our viewers, right? Watching the live or the replay. This business is for anyone, especially if you are in that moment where you are really looking for a change. This is the business that anyone can do. If you are a stay at home mom, retirees like me, or a professional mom, or a hardworking parents, moms and dad, this is the business that you can do. All you have to do is to register your name and your email address to any one of us here, or my website is www.mvhansen.com, and you will be provided with a free webinar to watch. And if you have any question after watching the webinar, please don't hesitate to reach out to us because we are here to help you every step of the way. Thank you, Sis Ying.
All right, go ahead, Sis Melda.
They said it all. So if you're curious if this fits your lifestyle, take a few minutes to visit our websites and watch the short video, and it may give you a better idea of what we are doing, or and whether it's something that could work for you. My website is www.irwanda.com. You'll never know until you take that first step, and remember, it's never too late to try something new. Thank you. Back to
All
you.
right, thank you. All right, to all our viewers, I will leave you guys this one final question to yourselves. Who are you becoming? All right, so think about that, viewers. So, to all the ladies on the screen here, to Azon, Imelda, Mavic, and Bernadette, thank you for sharing your stories and experiences with us tonight. And thank you to our viewers for spending your time with us. Keep learning, keep growing, keep becoming. Good night, everyone. I will see you again on our next Friday Night Live. Remember, nothing changes if nothing changes. Bye, everyone.
Bye. God bless
Good
everyone.